Evening, welcome to the Derby Debrief from RamsTV. Owen Bradley with former Rams captain Shaun Barker alongside. After a first for Derby County tonight, the Rams lost an EFL Trophy group game penalty shootout to Mansfield. The game finished 1-1. The shootout went into the 7th round. Richard Stearman missing the decisive penalty. Coming up, we'll hear from head coach Paul Warne, reaction from Lewis Dobbin as well. Word from box to kick us off. Good cup tie again, as it was when the sides played back in August. What did you make of tonight?
Well, it's competitive. Both teams worked their socks off. They tried to get around the pitch. I think we saw some of the players that maybe on the periphery, maybe needing to get up to speed. I think this was an exercise not only for the manager but for the players to understand the intensity he wants and how he wants to play. And I think the first 2 or 3 weeks in Paul's kind of reign will be getting them up to speed, getting them fitter, getting them stronger, getting them to understand how he wants to play and how he wants them to work individually and as a team. I think we had chances to win the game, but I thought Mansfield deserved something from the game as well. They probably were the better team in the second half, but saying that, either team could have taken the victory. Yeah,
Derby had some big chances in the second half, not able to take one. It finished 1-1, it went to penalties. Derby lost out. Let's get some reaction from the boss. Here's Paul Warne.
Paul, thanks for joining us. What's your thoughts after that one?
Well, as a workout, what it is, really, I mean, obviously we wanted to win. We didn't come here not to win, but as a workout, got through it clean, no injuries. The lads will be a little bit fitter when they wake up tomorrow. The lads haven't been playing on the periphery. And I was panicking because I thought Knighty got injured straight away, so that was a bit of a panic. So they all got through all right. And it's a lesson that we can use to help the lads, really. So as coaches, we have to help them because I don't think they got the... I don't think we played at our best tonight, but we probably created enough chances to win it. However, they created enough chances to give us a 7-7 game. So, so there's good things we need to improve on, which we know. You know, it's a work in progress. Some of the younger lads we've probably only had in 2 training sessions. So, yeah, all in all, not over the moon, but not heartbroken is probably the best way to put it.
In some ways, was it almost like a sort of a glorified friendly for tonight, in the sense that you had the ability to make changes and it allowed you to mix things up a little bit, have a look at some of the lads you've seen the vast majority of the squad over these last 2 games? Yeah, well, I took, the 4 seniors didn't even, they trained with us this afternoon, the 4 real seniors, so to speak. So give an opportunity for other lads to play and put their mark on it and understand what we want. And then obviously the lads who played at the weekend, no one played more than 45 minutes. So you then, have a look at the really young pros. Like we had an 18-year-old, and so in fairness, going forward, we were an average age of about 19, I would have thought at times. So it was have a look at the young uns, and I thought, at times they'd done really well. At times they got bullied by, not bullied, that's probably not right, but outwitted by senior professionals. Really, that's the truth. But so I think. It's disappointing to concede off a set piece, obviously, and we weren't perfect. I'm not disputing that, but it did feel like a bit of a pre-season friendly where, we want to get 45 minutes in him. Like I'd already made my subs in my head before we got here. 45 minutes with him, then 60 minutes there, and then they didn't play the system that we thought they would. And then Will, he was going to play up front today with Dobbs, but he was ill, so it was all sort of. And we could have brought Colo back, but don't want to risk him for Saturday. He's absolutely essential to what we're trying to do. So it did feel like one of them nights really where unless you come here and win 3-0 and play perfect, you're never going to be fully happy. But they're healthy and they'll learn something tonight, I hope, and we go again Saturday. Is it natural then for you, do you feel, to maybe feel like there's still that little bit more, and that you were left feeling there was a little bit more that you wanted to see from the players? Yeah,
a little bit. I mean, I've said it to them. Look, it's our fault. I'm not blaming the players. It's my fault. I'm the one who thinks they've got all the messaging, and quite obviously not. I just thought that at times where we did do the right thing, we absolutely cut them open. The final ball wasn't perfect, and sometimes it isn't. I know that, and their effort levels cannot be underestimated. I thought their effort levels were amazing. Like Tomo got all around the pitch all night. Some things came off them, some things don't. That's football. But I just think we didn't win enough first contacts at both ends of the pitch, and we didn't get on enough seconds. So fundamentally, you can say what you like about any tactics, any shape. Those are fundamental to success. I just don't think we were as good at them tonight as we would like.
In terms of the goal, Lewis Dobbin, that was his first career goal in club football tonight. It was a brilliant finish.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Good trivia. Thanks, mate. I might have to buy him a mug with his face on or something now. Great finish. He had I mean, Birdie put him in for an unbelievable chance earlier than that, which I was just waiting for the net to rip. And in fairness to Birdie's pass, when he passed, I thought, hey, what on earth is he? That's great. So he's some player, Birdie. That's a great ball, and we created enough chances to be 3 up, really. And then the longer the game went on, I thought they had an unbelievable spell second half. But fair play to Dobbs. I thought he made great runs off the shoulder. Could have been slipped in another couple of times, and he was a live wire. So yeah, fair play to him.
You mentioned Willis earlier.
Yeah.
In terms of the weekend, is it too early at the minute to see whether he's going to be available or not? Because he clearly made an impact when he came on at Cambridge.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you want from you, especially from your subs. You know, when they come on, you want to come away and go, wow, he done well, and he did do well. There's no disputing that. And you know, it'd be a blow if he's not available to consider for selection for the weekend. But I don't know. He's feverish. He was ill. He was hugely disappointed he couldn't play because it's a real opportunity for him to show how great he is. But hopefully he'll be able to train on Thursday. But there's a little bit of illness in the camp. There's a few of the lads a bit chesty. So hopefully he'll come back healthy on Thursday.
So on to Saturday now. First home game for you against Port Vale at Pride Park. Looking forward to it?
Yeah, well, I am now. Got that game out of the way and everyone's sort of pretty healthy. So, yeah, I am looking forward to it. Obviously, I've got a few of my family members coming. So, I am looking forward to it. I look forward to it. I mean, I'm looking forward to 5 o'clock if we've won. That would be an amazing feeling. But I will, and all my staff and all the staff who've kindly been friendly with us all, we all look forward to the performance. If the lads can compete like they did last week against Cambridge and play with the same intensity, then hopefully if we can get a positive result, it'll be a lovely Saturday afternoon for the Warnes.
Fingers crossed. Good luck.
Thanks, mate. Thank you.
Paul Warne there, yeah, certainly hope that Saturday will be a special day for him and the family of the Rams back in action at Pride Park. What do you make of what he's had to say, Shaun? I mean, tonight, certainly a good workout, if nothing else, for Derby.
Yeah, it was, and probably important for Paul and the staff to see the players that probably didn't start on Saturday and haven't played as much as they would have liked this season. The likes of Cebulski, who's been in the 21s and stepped up, and a few of the younger players that have come through. But again, I think tonight is kind of part of that process. It's part of that building up to a fitness level that probably some of the players aren't used to, an intensity that some of the players aren't used to. I thought at times a few of the players looked tired, and understandably, because if you raise it from an 8 to a 10, all of a sudden it's going to be a little bit more difficult. They're going to find it harder to recover, but that's part of the process in the first couple of weeks. So I think him talking about coming through healthy means that he's got every player fit and available for the weekend, hopefully. He's got a full squad to choose from. He's got a few different options with what he's seen today. And again, it's not the perfect performance without a shadow of a doubt, but there'll be bits in there that he's asked the players to do, that he's asked the team to do, which he would have been pleased about. No surprise he's disappointed with the set piece, because he spoke about that in his press conference, how important those moments are. So lots to learn from, lots to build on. The opening 2 games gives you a sign of what he expects, and hopefully he can get his first win in the season, home win for him on Saturday.
Bags of chances for both sides. Lewis Dobbin had a good one before the one that he eventually took. It was a really well taken goal, and as Tom was saying to Paul in the interview there, special one for him because it's his first goal in senior football. Yeah,
and it was a lovely one as well. He was bright, especially in the first 45 minutes, but he's another player that you can see 60, 70 minutes in the games he's played starts to feel fatigued and tired because of the work he puts in. So important to have a player that runs behind, that stretches the pitch, that entertains them 2 centre-halves or 3 centre-halves, that knowing they've got to run back towards their own goal. Great run in the first place where Birdie plays him through, just needs to hit the target, but the finish for his first goal was lovely. Great run, great ball from Roberts. His first touch takes it away from the defender, I think it was Perch, experienced defender, and lovely finish into to the far corner. So great way to get his first goal. And there's been signs of that with Dobbin. I think we've seen a glimpse of what he can achieve and how he can influence the game. A few occasions where maybe the last little touch or the last finish has let him down, but he'll get better and stronger as the season goes on.
You'll hear from Lewis Dobbin in a few moments as well. Would it have been different if Derby had managed to get to half-time with that 1-goal lead and maybe a chance for Paul Warne to sort of reassess and re-energise everyone at that point? Because Mansfield were on top, and then it's a poor goal to concede, no getting away from that.
Yeah, really poor goal in terms of the circumstances. I think for about 5 minutes before that goal came, Mansfield were just getting a foothold in the game. Botan hit the crossbar. They were just putting us under a little bit of pressure, and those are the moments in games you're looking at the final minute of that first half. You've done enough to be ahead. You've not really given them too many chances. You've got to defend those set pieces better. You have to win that first ball and second balls. And he alluded to it there. That's one of the things he would have been disappointed with. Maybe not as good contact, clean contact with the first balls. And I think Mansfield landed on more second balls. And those are the bits that he'll want to correct in the next week or two. But bad time to concede. We scored one at the weekend just before half time. You see the difference of the going into a half, maybe being 1-0 up, and then Mansfield would have to chase. The gaps are there open to see. But yeah, disappointing the timing and the manner of the goal. But again, there's going to be lots of positives that the manager can take. And
even though I think Mansfield were probably the better team second half, Derby had some good chances, hit the woodwork a couple of times, and Bartosz Cybulski, we were both desperate for him to get a goal, and he had chances, a header off target, really nice move to hit the post, and then one where the goalkeeper makes the save right at the end. He was close, wasn't he?
Yeah, and you're desperate for him to go in. I thought his all-round play was better today. I thought he held it up well at times. He will have to adapt to first-team football, and one thing he's got to learn is when you get them chances, you have to take them. That's the brutal kind of reality of when you step up to a first-team environment. People will expect you to finish them. I think the header was a glorious chance. He got himself in a wonderful position between the two defenders. Great ball from Roberts, just has to direct it towards goal. The one that hits the post does everything right. Great first touch onto his left foot, whips it around the goalkeeper, and unfortunately sees it off the post. It's that last one. You have to say it's a good save from the goalkeeper, but those are those moments that are the difference between playing 21s and scoring a few goals for the 21s, then bumping up into a first-team environment. So again, a learning curve for him. All of those younger players that came into the game today, and everyone's learning on the job. There's no doubt about it.
And what can say for him, is he took his penalty well. So did Liam Thompson, actually, probably pick of the bunch. It was an interesting shootout, and it went on a bit, and I think there was a while where we thought this isn't going to end at any point. But it's sad to lose any game, isn't it? However the circumstances.
Of course it is, but it was the senior players that probably didn't take the better penalties. The younger players stepped up and were under pressure. You know, they had to score those penalties, and all of them, full of confidence, finished the penalties well. So obviously disappointing for Steers, because I think he did well again today. Didn't really do many things wrong. Good positions lots of times. You heard him trying to drive the team on. So big part of the squad, big part of the team. Never lets his team down. So you're disappointed for him. But ultimately one team's got to win it, and they probably just edged it in that second half. But saying that, like you've said, that both teams had chances, and we could have nicked it on the end of the day.
Yeah, so Mansfield get the extra point in the shootout. They go back to the top of the group, but Derby still have their fate in their own hands with that game against Manchester City still to come at Pride Park Stadium. Let's get some more reaction from the camp. It'll be a night for Lewis Dobbin to remember after his first senior goal.
Lewis, your first senior goal tonight. Just describe that feeling for me.
Yeah, I think it's an amazing feeling when you get your first goal, and especially for this club. I think it's very special, and it's one I'll remember for the rest of my life.
Yeah, one that you've been waiting for a little while. You've had quite a few chances, but they've not fallen for you just yet, but it did tonight.
Yeah, I'm happy it finally clicked, and hopefully this is the start and I can just keep going now and keep getting some more.
Just talk me through the goal, because it was you making a run in behind, which we've seen lots of from you, and picked out beautifully as well.
Yeah, I think they had quite a high line, and I just made eye contact with Hayden, and he's played it in behind, and once I'm 1v1 versus the defender, I think I just backed myself against most players. So
you didn't even need to shout to him, just made a look and then you know?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Good to have that kind of connection, isn't it?
Yeah, very good.
What about your performance on the whole tonight? How did you feel you played today?
Yeah, I think at times it was a bit scrappy. I think we played into their hands a little bit, but I think at times I did make the runs in behind and my movement was good. So, and the press has worked again, so I think we're improving every game and we'll get it soon.
You're one of just 4 players who started both games with Paul Warne. What's that say about how much confidence he's got in you and your ability?
Yeah, it's good that he's showing faith in me, and hopefully I can keep repaying it by good performances in the games and keep training well. And then hopefully we'll keep kicking on and get some more results.
Back up front again in those 2 games as well. We've seen you play off the wing, through the middle, and as a number 10. How do you prefer to play? What's your preferred position?
I wouldn't say I really have a preferred position, to be fair, but I just like to play football. If I can play as many positions as I can, then I've got more chance of being in the team, so it's good.
It's quite a young side tonight, and they've dug in and put in quite a spirited performance despite the defeat on penalties in the end. How's everyone feeling there now?
Yeah, I think the young lads are happy. It's a good experience for them to get a run out in senior playing against men, so I think they'll learn from it and it'll definitely benefit them in the future.
Yeah, and you can take confidence from tonight into the weekend in Port Vale, can't you?
Yeah, definitely. I think we can take some positives from tonight. Obviously, wasn't the best performance we've had this season, but I think we can go into the Port Vale game with our heads held high and full of confidence.
Cheers, Lewis. Thanks, mate.
That's Lewis Dobbin. There's more reaction to tonight's game on the website if you want it, dcfc.co.uk. That's all from us for now. We're back Saturday. Goodbye.